I tweeted yesterday that Elijah Mitchell is the 49ers' best running back and he should start. Jose disagrees with me, I think. So why don't we debate it? Jose, tell me why I'm wrong.
Because you're Grant and you're always wrong. According to all takes exposed.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. It's Christian McCaffrey is just a better look. Christian McCaffrey has a better chance. One of the versions is he's a better chance of taking it to the house. Elijah Mitchell has yet to do that. McCaffrey from the Rams game and even the last game, I felt like, wow, he's getting close. So it feels like he's about to rip this off and just for a huge gain or just take it to the house. Whereas Mitchell, it's like he's like the 10, 15-yard king, the 5 to 10 15-yard king, which is fine. Running backs should aspire to that, and then if you can take them to the next level, great. But McCaffrey, better vision, stays balanced. I know I got getting off with Ryan just now. He says, I think Elijah is just a little harder to bring down. He's a little more sturdier, which is like I can entertain. He's a little harder to start to bring down, but I would say so is McCaffrey. There's plenty of times where people were swiping at his legs below the waist, and he was able to manage and get an extra 3 yards. It kind of reminds you of like Frank Gore falling forward, stuff like that. So yeah, I just think he's still the better back, more explosive, and that's where I pretty much that's where the 3 points where I see that he, takes the ledge over Elijah Mitchell.
Okay, fair enough. This is the way I look at it. You could make the argument that Christian McCaffrey is a better player than Elijah Mitchell because Christian McCaffrey, in addition to being a good running back, is an excellent receiver, and Mitchell isn't an excellent receiver. McCaffrey clearly is. And to me, if you have a pass-first team, you put McCaffrey on a team with Tom Brady or Drew Brees or any quarterback like that, I mean, you want that dude on that team. But Kyle, as we just talked about, he wants to be the run-first guy, the run-heavy guy. And I don't think McCaffrey is that guy. They're trying to use him like that guy, but he's not super big. He's not super powerful. We saw it at the end of the Chargers shut him down. The Chargers suck at stopping the run. And somehow, some way, they couldn't shut down Mitchell. Mitchell's just a little too powerful, a little too explosive. And so the way I look at it is on this team, as a ball carrier, it's not a fluke that Mitchell's averaging 5.4 yards per carry and McCaffrey's averaging 4.3. Still. So to me, I think Mitchell should be getting 18 carries a game and McCaffrey should be getting like 13, 14. I think that's fair. Because I think you can run Mitchell between the tackles, outside the tackles. McCaffrey, I think there's just specific ways you want to use him. In addition to the 6 to 7 targets in the passing game, you want to give him as well. So maybe McCaffrey ends up getting more touches. But like if you're winning with 4 minutes left, man, I want Mitchell on the field. Just like at the end of this game against the Chargers, closing it out. If you're at the goal line, I'd rather have Mitchell or Debo in the game, or Jordan Mason than Christian McCaffrey. So that's my TED Talk.
No, you quarterback sneak it because Jimmy's like 1,000 for 1,000. So first of all,
he is the short yardage back on this team. It's true.
Yeah, he's the short yardage back.
So I guess it doesn't really matter who starts. It kind of matters who finishes or who gets more carries. I don't know.
Well, that it's back to the 2019 debate, right? Why isn't Mostert getting started? And it's like, who cares? We know he's the real guy. But anyway,
yeah.
I'm gonna test that Mitchell's great game from being rested and the Chargers not preparing for that as well because there was zero film on him. I know you can go back to last year, but like how much time are you actually going to spend on film for one guy from last year when it's like, are you going to worry about Mitchell or are you going to worry about McCaffrey? So I would rather stop McCaffrey. So I would love to have seen if Mitchell had several games under his belt, how that would have looked. So that's what I credit to why he was so efficient. Not to say he's not bad because he probably still would have had a solid game because he's a sweet back. Both of them are.
Yeah, what I want to say real quick is aren't they a great duo?
Oh, that's fantastic, man.
They really complement each other.
I'm trying to think of who else is like a fantastic duo. I remember like last year it was
I got one. Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr.
Now.
Yeah, in Miami. The Niners and Dolphins may have the two best running back duos in the league.
And you know what? They're kind of similar in the way so Jeff Wilson's a newcomer on the block. And I guess in a way McCaffrey was, but now it's Elijah Mitchell. The newcomer got the more efficient, more reps because I think Wilson's out snapping Mostert now in Miami. But
I think as he should.
Yeah,
Wilson's in his prime right now. Yeah.
You know what? I remember last week we talked about, and I wrote about it. The Niners got to be more mindful about how they use McCaffrey. They can't make that Rams game be the standard because my God, you're going to freaking pile drive this guy into the IR. So let's relax on that. So
and he didn't play so well in this game. You almost wonder. And one more thing, I thought was interesting in this game, McCaffrey was the third best ball carrier on the offense in this game. Debo really ran well in this game, and we're going to talk about him more in a bit. But
And I think that's McCaffrey too.
I mean, the Niners have a trio of backs. They can't all of a sudden phase out Debo Samuel from this run game because he's struggling as a receiver, and he had a great game as a running back in this game. He should have had a touchdown, but in like the first quarter, I don't know if you saw it, but Trent Williams totally whiffed. They brought him around. They pulled, and he blocked no one, and the guy he should have blocked made the tackle. Kyle Shanahan brought this up. Trent Williams not having a great year. We're talking about that more, too. So I won the debate. Thank you very much for trying. Good stuff.
Yeah, so, I think, ultimately this is a good spot the 49ers are in. But, yeah the way you mentioned that they have a good 3 runners just made me think about, you know what, you could sacrifice one of them not having a good outing just as long as 2 of them are doing good because that's ultimately the point you want. You know, you're for the whole season, we've been looking at Debo getting locked in on. Now you got Mitchell back. Now you got McCaffrey added to the equation. So now it's really making your defense try to account for it all. And it's like, no, we really can't. Which, again, circles back to a defense can't account for IU, Kittle, and all these guys in the receiving game either. So at some point, there has to be an advantage taken care of. It's almost like the UFC's fights we just watched. We're setting you up. Who's going to get – where's the haymaker punch, all right? We need that.
One more thing before we move on with this running back topic. We're debating who's better. Neither one is really a short yardage back. Neither one's really a goal line back. And what I think is interesting is unless the Niners ever want to give Jordan Mason a shot in that role, he's like 230 pounds and it's what he did in college, then their goal line back is Debo still. So either use your $20 million per year wide receiver in that role, which you don't want to do, which is why you drafted Ty Davis Price, or
what happened to TDP?
He's not good at it. Remember in the preseason they tried to get him he was like 3rd and 1. He ran sideways. Remember that?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Remember that?
Who was that against? Was that against the chart? Not the chart.
Might have been. I don't know. But all I know is Jordan Mason gets downhill. He's a north-south runner. They don't have a goal line back yet. It's still Debo. They still need to use Debo in this running game. Sean O'Leary says,
"You don't need."
That's true. It could have been Trey Lance, but not really concerned with whether CMC or Mitchell are better suited to the Niners scheme. I worry about the durability of both. How often can we expect both will be available week to week? It's a good question.
Right there.
Because when they are both available, the Niners are going to be tough to beat.
The way he ended it right now, it's literally a week-to-week basis. So just hold your breath, and when you hear Kyle after the game says, "All right, guys, nothing from the game," then once you hear that, you should be like, "Yes, hell yes!"
Yeah.
Which, by the way, back-to-back weeks now, that feels like a huge dub. That's crazy.
I just feel like the Niners are so tough to beat when Mitchell's rolling because when he's rolling, he's like 18 carries, about 5 yards a carry, and it's not like one explosive run and a bunch of 2-yard runs. It's just consistently staying ahead of the chains and no fumbles. And that's what the Niners want to be. He is their identity. And if you can shut him down, you can beat the Niners. But if you can't shut down Elijah Mitchell, you're going to have a very frustrating night, like the Chargers just learned. Very frustrating.
Well, that's why we kind of want them to pass a little more, right? Set up the run by utilizing the pass.
Yeah, because if you get Elijah Mitchell hurt like you do every 3 games because you overuse him because he's like a freaking cheat code, then you're screwed.
That's another way to give him a break, too. And then that's another way you can use McCaffrey, make him more efficient. He should be McCaffrey should really be like a 10 to 12, like you say.
That's what I'm saying.
8 targets, guys. Maybe like 5, 10 to 12 carries, 5 targets. It depends whatever it dictates, but that's pretty much the wide range, and you use them all.
He's a scat back.
Right now, it's just Brandon Ayuk you have in the offense, which, by the way, when McCaffrey got brought in, me and you talked about who gets negatively impacted. You said Ayuk. Well, that's not really working out. Ayuk's still balling.
Yeah.
I said George Kittle. George Kittle so far kind of been phased out again.
Yeah. Again. I know. It's kind of crazy. Official BNA Music 88 says, "Are you going to stand for Mike McGlizzy today?" No. I was just kidding. I couldn't actually do that. Sean O'Leary says, "My wife walking by just now. Why does the louder guy get the better mic?" I got to get you a better mic, man. You sit 3-4 feet away from your mic, and I'm like, hey, Jose, what do you think about the 49ers?
You know what's funny? I'm actually louder than you.
Are you?
I think so. Everyone always says I talk loud.
Oh, maybe that's what she was talking about.